Hello and welcome to Books of Blood. My name is John and today we're going to be doing 50 years of horror fiction. The year is 2015. So let's go ahead and get underway, shall we? Got 5 books here. Alright, so the first one we have is The House on Cold Hill. This is by Peter James. Ollie and Carol Harcourt are moving house with their 12-year-old daughter, Jade. Ollie is desperate to leave the city. Carol is less sure. Then they view Cold Hill House, a dilapidated rural mansion, and fall instantly in love. It's expensive, but with its space, seclusion, and huge grounds, it seems like a brilliant idea. That is, until they arrive. It soon becomes apparent that they are not alone. A spectral woman appears on screens and walks the corridors, vanishing before she can be challenged. Strange occurrences become ever more common. Then Carol starts seeing faces, always looking out of the same upstairs window. The room behind it could hold the key to the disturbing secret behind the house's mysterious past, except for the fact that the room doesn't seem to exist. And that is The House on Cold Hill by Peter James. And I have read this one, or have read that one, and it's excellent. I really enjoyed it quite a bit. I know I say that about a lot of books, but if I say it, I mean it, alright? I mean, I'm not one of these, I'm not going to hype up a book if I didn't like it, okay? That's just the way I am. Or anyway, I'm rambling. I'm sorry. Anyway. Next up, we have got The Death House, and this is by Sarah Pinborough. Toby's life was perfectly normal until it was unraveled by something as simple as a blood test. Taken from his family, Toby now lives in the Death House, an out-of-time existence far from the modern world where he and the others who live there are studied by Matron and her team of nurses. They're looking for any sign of sickness, any sign of their wards changing, any sign that it's time to take them to the sanatorium. No one returns from the sanatorium. Living in his memories of the past, Toby spends his days fighting his fear. But then a new arrival in the house shatters the fragile peace, and everything changes. Because everybody dies. It's how you choose to live that counts. And that is The Death House by Sarah Pinborough. Okay, next up we've got The Border, and this is by Robert McCammon. It happened one day in April. Huge explosions and skies across the world heralded the coming of the Gorgon ships, sparking a worldwide panic. Indestructible, they blasted Earth's greatest cities into rubble. Then, through portals opening in the air, came the skeletal ciphers, and Earth became a battlefield in a war between two alien races bent on mutual destruction. In Colorado, just over 100 survivors have found sanctuary in the ruins of an apartment complex. And it's not just the Gorgons and Ciphers who threaten them. They are regularly besieged by the gray men, humans mutated by something in the atmosphere into monstrosities straight out of nightmares. With their ammunition and supplies dwindling, the remaining humans face a bleak future. Then one day a teenage boy appears, seemingly human, seemingly the victim of catastrophic injuries. He can't remember where he came from, but he senses a power within himself. One that causes an earthquake to repel a horde of gray men. A voice speaks to the boy in his sleep, telling him to find the White Mansion. Now the one thing the survivors need most of all is blossoming within them. Hope. But only if they choose to trust in a boy who has no memory and only 3 words from a dream to guide him. And that is The Border. That's by Robert McCammon. Sounds like a mix of science fiction and horror, right? Alright, next up, and I think this is the last one. This is I Will Rot Without You by Danger Slater. When the world falls apart and your body starts to rot, let the roaches lead. Meet Ernie. His life is a mess. Gretchen's gone, and the apartment they once shared in this gray, grim city is now overrun with intelligent mold and sinister bugs. Then his neighbor Dee shows up, so smart and lovely. If he can just get past the fact that her jealous boyfriend could reach out of her blouse and punch him in the face at any moment, this could be the start of a beautiful friendship. Unfortunately for all involved, a great storm is coming, and it will wash away everything we've ever known about the human heart. And that is, I Will Rot Without You. And that is by Danger Slater. And that was actually not the last one. We got one more here. And it is Little Girls by Ronald Malfi. Years ago, Laurie escaped the troubled house where she was raised. Now she is returning with her husband and 10-year-old daughter to claim the estate. But even though her father exorcised his demons in a final act of desperation, the past refuses to die. Laura can feel it lurking in the broken moldings and empty picture frames. She even hears it laughing in the moldy greenhouse deep in the woods. At first, Laurie thinks she's imagining things, but when she meets her daughter's new playmate, she notices her uncanny resemblance to another little girl who used to live next door and died next door. As Laurie's uneasiness grows stronger, her thoughts get more disturbing. Is she slowly losing her mind like her father did? Or is something truly unspeakable happening? And that is Little Girls by Ronald Malfi. And that's going to do it this time for the year 2015. So until next time, take care and stay scared. Thank you. Bye-bye.